Hi everybody, thank you for joining me on today's edition of Glen's Retro Show. I do apologize for not having some more videos up as of late, and this is still going to be a fairly quick one, and it's actually a little bit of a crazy one as well. I'll explain why in a second. Yesterday in the mail, I had gotten something from Toys R Us online, I guess on eBay really. Toys R Us is now starting to sell stuff on eBay, and I was able to pick up the new version of Centipede. Now this version is different than last year's version you can get at Walmart. When you hit the little test button over here, you can see they've gone back to again a static screen to be like the old VFDs from like Coleco back in the day, which kind of really seemed to step back from what they released last year, which were these mini cases. Now this, they're doing a, I guess, different business model. If you go to Walmart, Walmart appears to be their premium brand for Basic Direct, where you get these really nice boxes. You can see here the machines are larger, they're thicker. They have a color screen and a game ROM. Now the Centipede here actually runs the Atari 7800 version of Centipede. And you know, it's really nice, the box is nice, the artwork is really nice, and I really do enjoy it. Now, everyone else, Toys R Us, where else can you get these? Target, Bed Bath & Beyond during the holidays. They're going to be selling this version, which comes in like a blister pack. Now, I kind of understand what they're doing. They're trying to give a retro look to it. I can't say this is any better than the other one. Some people definitely have their preference. I do like these for that nostalgia factor with the screen. What I don't like are these blister packs. Basic fun, if you're watching my videos, and I hope you are, on the back here you do put these little tabs with tape on it. But then you glue these things shut. My suggestion is to use these tabs all the way up the side and use tape on them so you can get into this without ruining the box. I mean, some people are like, well, why to even open it? Leave it on the shelf. I'll tell you why. Because you can do this, which is great to give you batteries, but if you don't get inside here, they're going to corrode and destroy the console. So Basic Fun, please, release these in a way you can get into the box without destroying it. That's all I ask. Very simple. But let me continue on here. So when I got the blister pack version of Centipede here, I got something else in the mail as well. And you guys have probably started to hear a lot about this of late. ETA Prime had done a video on this a while ago, and I picked up two for $19 a piece. These are friggin' awesome. Now this is just the box it comes in, but it looks literally just like this. It's the Nes Pi Case by Retro Flag. They had another pre-order recently and they're already gone again. If you can get one of these for $19, they're phenomenal. The Raspberry Pi 2 or 3 will fit in here. The only thing you need to do, the power button and the reset switches are quality switches. The whole case is quality. There's a lot of videos on it already. I'm not going to go into detail about that. And this video is not about this. I just happen to get it. The only thing you need to do is the reset button needs to be desoldered and you need to run individual wires inside. Otherwise, when you press the reset button, it just kills power. It doesn't do a safe shutdown. But other than that, this is awesome. But I must continue. So originally the video was just going to be about that Centipede that I had gotten yesterday and just a quick talk like I just did about the Pi Case. But this morning, something else had come up. I got into my local Wal-Mart, and in the Wal-Mart, they actually had the new 05 Asteroids. So this is from Walmart, the premium brand, with a nice premium box, and it has a backlit static screen. Now from what I can tell, the one at Toys R Us comes in the blister pack like I showed you a minute ago, and it's not backlit. But the screen itself is exactly the same. Now I haven't really tried this other than the demo mode. I'm sorry for the lighting there, guys. I'm trying to get a good angle of it. This one's going to be a tough sell. Asteroids was a vector game, sharp graphics. Your ship doesn't move around in this one, so we'll give it a try and see how it is. But this is definitely a game that should have had a game ROM. But again, I haven't really tried it yet, so we'll find out in a minute. But again, my tutorial videos that I did with how to add a Raspberry Pi works on these as well. The controls might be just a little bit different way of starting them, but the principles are still the same. But we'll give it a fair shake in a minute. But there's more. So right next to the Asteroids, they had '06 Frogger. And now, many of you have already probably seen the other Frogger video I just released a little while ago. I actually have it over here. Let me go grab it. So this is the Frogger that was released first. And I got this one again from Toys R Us online. And I did a video on this one. It's really not bad. The sound's a little bit off. But I do like the screen. It's backlit. It does remind me of the Coleco VFDs. So it really wasn't bad. But I hope you can watch my video on that one. But this one comes, of course, in the nice case, which, I put this over here somewhere. There we go. It comes in a nice case, and they did use a color screen with a game ROM. So, what we're going to talk about today is we're going to talk about the Centipede, the static LCD version. We're going to take a look at the Asteroids and the Frogger in this edition of Glen's Retro Show. So, without further ado, in this nice long intro, let's get to it. Okay, everybody. So here are all the new basic funds that I have. Now, there's also a new Q-Bert that's in this style, the static LCD screen. I don't have that one yet. But we're going to start off with the Centipede here. Again, this one came from Toys R Us, and this came in a blister pack. And like I said in my introduction, it's just disappointing. I don't mind this type of case. I mean, obviously, this is definitely nicer. I wouldn't mind this as much if they had put these little tabs here all the way up with tape versus glue. Because when to get into this now to get the battery out, you're going to rip the thing apart. And I do the best I can, but it still tears it. And that, to me, is not basic fun for me. But the Centipede, you can see here, it's in a nice white case. And it's in the style of the original Space Invaders and Pac-Man in the smaller case. Decals came off here a little bit. A little quality control. My goodness. Squeeze to get that on there. Good. There, got the bubbles out. So, the artwork is nice. It's got the nice Centipede artwork on it. It also has, the little tab in here you got to pull out, so it's out of test mode. It needs 3 AA batteries, which it does come with from the factory. But you see, the artwork is nice, and it's much better than the Frogger artwork. I really didn't care for the Frogger artwork at all. And we have here again, we have our start button and pause button, fire button, on, off, volume control. So let's turn this game on here. Now, they did something here again, like they did in the Q-Berts and the new Pac-Man. They put a 4-way direction lock in here, and I don't like that at all, because I understand that the game was probably programmed only to go in 4 directions. It doesn't take diagonals, but when you're going left, you want to move the joystick up. You don't have to come back to center to go up, or come back to center to go down. That really takes away from the gameplay. So one of the things you probably have to do is get a little Dremel tool and get that cleaned out, get rid of that 4-way notch. So basic fun again. Q-Bert needed that, I get it, because of the diagonals, but these other games don't. It doesn't matter if you have to rotate the screen, the joystick a little bit. Trying to get a shot here for you guys. It's okay to rotate the joystick, but to have to come back each time, that's not fun. But again, the plastic, the build quality of it is great. It's much better than the Dream Gear 201 and 301. I've said that before. So I give them good points for giving a nice quality plastic. I mean, it sounds good. But let's turn this little guy on. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually dim the lights in here a little bit so we can see the screen a little bit better. The screen does come up pretty well. Let's just make it that much better. There we go. Try and get rid of that. And we want to start the game. So they have all different parts of the game. The falling mushrooms, which I just crashed into. And I know the scorpion's in here as well. Let's see if we can get my screen here so I can see it a little bit better. It's hard playing it through a viewfinder. The controls feel okay. I mean, they're responsive, but I'm not a fan of this four-way lock. So again, oh, there we go, there's a scorpion. So, you know, it plays well enough. It really does, and it sounds good. It's only $2 difference, though. These are 17 versus the full color one you get at Walmart for 19. Personally, it's really personal taste. I don't think this is that bad. I do like the screen. I do like what they're going for with it. But again, it's personal preference. I have both. So if you were to see this and pick it up, I don't think you'd be disappointed with it. The controls seem okay. The sound is nice and loud. The colors are crisp. So these screens are definitely nice. But if you want the other version that has the true color screen, you can get it. But this is really not bad. So let's take a look now first at 05, which is going to be the Asteroids. We take a look at the box art here. See if I can turn this down a little bit. So the box art looks pretty nice. Walmart seems to get a pretty nice gig going with them. I do like how you can see the side artwork on here, and they did a nice job. It's just like all the other ones they made, the others 1 through 4. And the box quality is just the same. So let's go take a look on the inside. Now I need to get my hair dryer, so I use that to heat the tape, to make the tape come off so I don't tear the box. So give me 1 second while I do that. Okay, so once you open up your box here, you can see it's pretty standard. They use these little clips to hold it in the box. The box's art inside is even very nice, so they do a nice job with it. The one thing is, basic fun, make sure that the tape you use to hold it doesn't stick to the manual and tear your manual. I hate that. Anyway, let's take a look at the manual here. And again, it's just a basic fun black and white instruction manual. I mean, it's Asteroids, so there's not really too much to tell. Gives you your score, your lives, your high score. You have medium asteroids, UFOs, spaceship, large asteroids, small asteroids. So at least the screen can handle the different size asteroids, which is, again, kind of nice they did it in this screen, but I do wish this particular one was more of an LCD game ROM. And again, they talk about in the back here about the battery information that, again, you need to take the batteries out if you're going to store it, because those batteries will get in there and corrode and eventually destroy your game. And here is the actual unit itself. And you can see they did a nice job. I mean, this definitely looks like an original Asteroids box art. Again, they did a nice job here with the side artwork as well. So it's really impressive. Now, this is obviously when they go to these. Normally, the full color screens is when you get these big, large ones. But they actually did that with, well, with a static screen. You have to pull out this tab. So now, again, this runs on 3 AA batteries included. But now when we turn it on, we can see, there we go. Now, it is backlit, and, you know, it's very crisp. So I will say that. Now, we have here for our controls, we have a start button. We have a fire. It says fire in hyperspace, but I can't imagine it being hyperspace unless you simply go to a different part of the screen here. And you have a joystick for left and right, and again they locked it into 4 modes. I can't imagine anything other than left and right. There's not going to be an up and down motion. But let's start and see how it goes. Now I see when you rotate, you're not rotating in one spot, so I already got killed because I had rotated into an asteroid, so that sucks already. The sound effects are very good. The ability to shoot the asteroids and the UFO. Let's see if I can get him. So that's kind of neat, and the explosions are the little dots, like the arcade would have been. But this large rotation area, you can see it can actually rotate you into an asteroid. Now, even when you move left and right, there is engine thrust. But you obviously have a larger area that you get trapped in now. Like right now I'm screwed. Ah! My game's over already. So, you know, I kind of like the screen. Again, it's nice, but this game is not designed for the screen. You need to be able to thrust around in this game. Let's try that again. I will definitely say they captured some of the spirit of the game, but the large turning area of your ship really hinders gameplay, because you can turn right into an asteroid. So it's definitely got a challenge level. But I also think that they did a remarkable job making this work at all in this kind of screen. So I have to give them definitely kudos for that. Oh, I'm screwed. What? Fire! That was close. So again, you know, this was $19. They charge you the price you would get with a full color screen. This one is more of a gimmick. It's kind of fun. I'm not gonna lie. But this definitely would have benefited if Wal-Mart was able to get a true game ROM from Atari. And I don't know why, since they were able to get the game ROMs for the other Ataris, like the Centipede. Well, I guess the Centipede, really. But because the other ones are from Namco and other companies. But, you know, it's still nice. It's a nice unit to have on your desk. It looks nice. But it's fun. But this definitely would have benefited from having a real game ROM in it, honestly. But I will say, if you can see that, you know, I'm not sure how well my camera picks it up. It's a very crisp picture, and it's kind of ingenious how they made it work to make it look like asteroids and other ships coming at you. But the fact that your ship is stationary in a large turning area kind of detracts from the game. But Basic Fun, I'll still give you kudos for at least making the attempt. Now, the next one we're going to look at here is the Wal-Mart version of Frogger, and again, the box art and the box itself is very, very nice. Nice gloss. So Basic Fun can do some nice things. Actually, I'm going to say, to be quite honest, all of their consoles they made, even the static ones, they're nice. Basic Fun does nice ones all around, in my opinion. I'm collecting them. I do enjoy them. But some people do prefer the color screen, where some people don't. I don't mind either way, as long as they're kind of interesting and fun. But I did a review of this already with the static screen of the Frogger, and I did enjoy it. Let's turn this one on here again and take a look at it. I mean, it's really a nice display. I mean, I'm not sure how well the camera picks it up. It's a high definition camera, but the screen is really, really nice, and I understand exactly why they did that. I liked it with the screen. I thought it played well. Let's take a look at this one and see how it plays with a true color screen. The one thing I hate already, and I know some people probably don't mind, is a joystick being here on this side. I prefer a joystick on this side or the center. When you're in the center, it doesn't matter if you're lefty or righty. So again, not a fan of that. And they've also, again, locked it into 4 modes. But let's give the game a try and see what it's like. Okay, we actually got Frogger out of the box, and there's the inside of the box there. And we can take a look at the actual unit. And again, this is the Wal-Mart version. And you know, I'm not a fan of the Frogger side art, personally. It's I don't know. It doesn't look to me like it's the original arcade Frogger artwork, and it just doesn't look right to me. So, yeah. I mean, it still looks nice. It does look nice, I just don't think that the original Frogger had this kind of artwork on it. I believe that was a little bit different, especially the frog. Actually, I know the frog was different, so that's a little minus. Again, the joystick on this game should have been in the center. No reason not to have a joystick in the center. They threw it here on the side, which, you know, some people are fine with it. I'm not. You have just a start button on it, and we need to pull the little tab out of the back. And let's see how this game, there we go, it already turned on by itself. So we can see it is a true game ROM. It's not like the one that was released with the static screen that I had gotten at Toys R Us. So let's give it a try. Okay, well, it's definitely not the arcade itself, because the sounds are definitely off. This could be another NES port. I'd have to find out. But the joystick is very responsive. Now, this type of game, the center in a four-way is not too bad, this four-way lock, because in Frogger, you generally go one spot and go back to center anyway. So on this one, that's not a problem for me. And the joystick is very responsive. The sounds are definitely not, again, the arcade. Oops. But the screen is very crisp. Doesn't mean I don't stink. But again, when you're trying to play a game through a viewfinder, it's not so easy. I'm really thinking this is going to be an NES port, which is, again, not a bad thing. These are inexpensive. This was $19. Man, how many lives do I get? You must know I stink. So again, you know, it's a nice little unit. These are nice collectibles. I do think Basic Fun is doing a pretty good job. Again, I don't mind the games that have these static screens in it so much, because I understand why they're doing it. So, how do I feel about these? Well, to be honest, I think they're all pretty neat. They're not expensive. You know, these are not breaking the bank in any way, shape, or form. But Basic Fun is really doing a nice job here. To be quite honest, you know, in our community, a lot of companies don't listen. And Basic Fun is trying to come out with new hardware. They're testing the waters. So I give them credit for that. Would I feel if I'd buy these? I obviously did buy them. Would I buy them again? I absolutely would. I'd buy them for friends. I'd buy them for myself. I'd buy them to play with. I'd buy them to put on the shelf. So if you're asking me for my opinion, you can't go wrong with any of them. It's going to be a personal preference, whether you really prefer the full color screen or something more like these static screens. And that's going to be totally up to you. But again, they go on sale sometimes. You may get a good deal. I'm happy with these purchases. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm sorry I'm kind of rambling through it. I wanted to get all three of these in at once. But I hope you guys go out, go to your local Walmart, your Toys R Us, your Target, any store, online, eBay. If you find them, you know, they're not bad. I give them a Glen's Retro Show thumb up. So everyone, thanks for watching. Remember, game on.
Sit, Blue Blue, sit. Good dog.
Hi everybody. Thank you for my dog to bark.